This age could not get here fast enough. I mean that. Not because the world before it was not valuable, but because for a long time we were building with what already existed, adding to what was already there, improving what someone else had already imagined. You can only make a pencil so many ways before the wow factor is gone. And then this arrived, and for the first time in a long time, the frontier is genuinely open. The question is, are you in the driver's seat or are you watching from the sidewalk? Welcome to Human Still, a conversation about faith, culture, and what it means to be human in the age of synthetic technology. This is not a space for easy answers. It is a space for honest ones. And this conversation belongs to all of us, not just me. So before we go any further, take a moment, drop a comment, tell me where you are watching from, and tell me this. If you could use AI to expand one area of your life right now, what would it be? Career, faith, relationships, something else entirely. I genuinely want to know. Deep wisdom in a fast world. Let's hear yours. Let me tell you something about the era we just came from. For most of human history, invention built on invention. Each generation received what the previous one had created and found ways to improve it, refine it, make it faster, smaller, cheaper, more accessible. That is not nothing. That work matters. It built the world we live in, but there is an honest truth underneath it. Most of us were not standing at a genuinely open frontier. We were adding chapters to a book someone else had already started. And there is a particular kind of hunger that produces the hunger of someone who can see further than the tools allow, who has ideas that the available technology cannot yet support, who is waiting, sometimes without even knowing they are waiting, for something that changes the equation entirely. I was one of those people, and I suspect some of you were too. This age could not get here fast enough. Not because everything that came before was inadequate, but because this, right here, right now, is the first time in my lifetime that the frontier has felt genuinely boundless. Think about what that means, not just for technology, for everything: career, faith, relationships, medical science, ecology, education, creative expression. The list does not end. Every single domain of human life is sitting at the edge of a question it has never been able to ask before. And the people positioned to ask those questions, to explore them, to engage with them, to shape the answers, are not just the engineers and the developers and the researchers. They are anyone willing to look at this honestly, from all angles, pros and cons of possibilities and risks, with eyes open and mind engaged. I once worked for a company that launched an internal initiative. They rewarded employees for bringing ideas to the table, not just the executives, not just the people whose job title said innovation, everyone, because they understood something important. The best ideas do not always come from the expected places. They come from people who are close enough to a problem to see it clearly, who have lived inside it long enough to know what is missing. That initiative was not just about business. It was about releasing human potential that was already in the room, but had not yet been given permission to speak. That is exactly where we are right now with artificial intelligence. The challenge is right here, in this vast, open, rapidly moving world. And the invitation is to imagine. Just imagine. What could you do with this? What problem in your field has never been fully solved? What question in your faith has never had adequate space for exploration? What relationship dynamic has never been properly understood? What medical question has sat unanswered for decades? Because the tools were not yet available, the tools are becoming available. And the people who will shape what happens next are not waiting for permission. They are already at the table. Now, here's the honest part. AI cannot be put back in the box. That conversation is over. It is here. It is advancing, and it will continue to advance whether we engage with it thoughtfully or not. So the only real question left is how you choose to show up. From the driver's seat, informed, engaged, clear-eyed about both the possibilities and the risks, or from the sidewalk, watching someone else shape a future. That affects you whether you participated or not. I am not saying that to pressure anyone. I am saying it because I think the people watching this channel are not sidewalk people. You are here because you think, because you ask questions, and because you refuse to accept the surface version of things. And that is exactly the disposition this moment requires. We are witnesses to something rare, not just observers, witnesses. People who were here before this threshold and are now standing on the other side of it, with enough memory of both worlds to understand what the distance actually means. That is not a burden. That is an advantage, because the people who remember what was possible before are the ones who can most clearly see what is possible now, not in spite of their experience, because of it. The parts are moving fast, faster than most of us expected, and the only way to know what this can do, the only way to find your place inside it, is to look at it firsthand, from every angle, without fear, without blind enthusiasm either, with the kind of honest, clear-eyed curiosity that has always been the best human response to something genuinely new. Just imagine what you could do, and then do not just imagine. I want to hear from you right here. Drop a comment below. What is one area of your life, career, faith, relationships, health, creativity, where you believe AI could open a door that has never been fully opened before? And here is the follow-up, what is stopping you from walking through it? No judgment here, just honesty, deep wisdom in a fast world. Let's hear yours. Thank you for joining me on Human Still. If this episode lit something up in you, pay attention to that. That is not accident. That is your humanity responding to possibility. And possibility, in the right hands, changes everything. Consider subscribing and bring someone with you who has been waiting at this door without quite knowing it, because this conversation is for them too. What makes you human is you. Own it. Human still.
This is the first time the frontier has felt genuinely boundless. Are you in the driver's seat or watching from the sidewalk?